Fear, not strategy, binds Europe to NATO. That was the blunt admission from EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas in a recent interview with AFP, where she declared that European nations remain under NATO's umbrella out of fear of Russia. Why are we in NATO? Because we are afraid of Russia, Kallas stated during her visit to Washington. Her remarks underscored the deep-seated anxieties gripping the continent, where the Ukraine war has upended decades of European security calculations. As Kyiv pushes for NATO membership, Kallas insisted that the only real security guarantee for Ukraine and for Europe lies in full NATO integration. She emphasized that NATO membership is not only the strongest security guarantee, but also the most cost-effective.
I mean, for any security guarantee to work. The strongest security guarantee, and actually also the cheapest one, is NATO membership. If NATO membership is not on the table, although we agreed that Ukraine's path to NATO is what was the word? Yes, irreversible, thank you. Irreversible, so we agreed this, so in the end Ukraine must be also part of NATO. If it is not in the first stage then all the countries who have provided security guarantees have to answer questions about troops on the ground, about weapon ammunition supplies to actually guarantee the security.
However, Ukraine's NATO aspirations continue to face resistance from Washington. US President Donald Trump has repeatedly ruled out Kyiv's accession, a stance that has frustrated Ukraine and its European allies. During talks with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron, Trump reiterated that NATO membership for Ukraine is not an option. Kallas dismissed the idea of making concessions to Russia before peace talks even begin, arguing that it would only reward aggression. She questioned why Moscow should be offered anything after attacking Ukraine, annexing its territory, and continuing its occupation. Her remarks highlight growing concerns within the EU that Washington may push for a settlement that legitimizes Russia's territorial gains, further straining transatlantic ties.
But it's clear that the statements coming from the United States make us all worried. What is the state of play of the transatlantic relationship? It is clear that we have had differences before, but we have always managed to sort them out, and we also expect to do so this time.
Meanwhile, Moscow has wasted no time in ridiculing the EU's response. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova described European panic over Washington's shift in approach as a symptom of political instability.
It's just a kind of fever that has gripped the EU. Washington's declared course towards a peaceful solution of the Ukrainian crisis has literally become a thunderbolt in the EU's clear neo-Nazi sky. Everything was going as they thought. Well, they poured millions and millions into the Kyiv regime, which, as a tool of the collective West, they believed was strategically defeating Russia.
The Kremlin insists it poses no threat to NATO countries, but warns that it will not ignore actions endangering its interests. Russia has repeatedly condemned NATO's military expansion near its borders, accusing the alliance of fueling tensions under the guise of containing Russian aggression